Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. Something went wrong there. Okay, let's strap in. In 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a new weekly close here with the one and only Coin Baron. And today I want to talk about the main topic, CRO gaining against Bitcoin. And that is very, very important news here. So strap in for that, guys. Strap in. Welcome. Big hello to Random Token XGen. And also got a new member here on the channel, Mr. Royal. Welcome to the community. Welcome to the one and only Crow fam here. Beautiful, beautiful. How has your weekend been, ladies and gentlemen? How's your week been? CRO is honestly doing not all too bad. It's not all too bad. Everything considered, because let's take a quick peek at the charts, will we? Or shall we? Shall we? So I think the most important takeaway from the last few days is this here. This is the Bitcoin chart. And this is the most important thing that just happened. So Bitcoin broke down below this symmetrical triangle. And that is very unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. I thought all the signs were pointing towards a break to the upside. However, because the S&P 500 closed the week very poorly, it closed the week very, very poorly, as you can see, below the 50-week simple moving average. Bitcoin is struggling. Bitcoin is struggling. Oh, the music is a bit... Yeah. Let me check that, guys. Sec. 1 sec. This should be better, isn't it? Lion token, though, that's a good topic. Let's quickly talk about that as well. So we're going to talk about, of course, Bitcoin. We're going to talk about CRO, but let's get started with this token quickly as well, because honestly, this token keeps amazing me as well. This is the Lion token, and we have to go, I think, to the daily. Gives you a better picture of where it started and where it currently is. So I don't think we'll actually start. Yeah, Mr. Exchange Motors, Lion coin is just not stopping. Definitely not here. Definitely not. You can see, guys, it went up from about 200,000 or $200 million market cap to currently about 2.15. 2.15. And that is crazy. That is absolutely so crazy, because CRO currently is also sitting at about 2.7 billion market cap. So it might be close to flipping its native pair, and that doesn't happen often. For example, if you take a look at the Solana chain. Solana chain has many big tokens, or for example, we can look at the Ethereum chain, many big tokens. For example, I think Doge. Is Doge? No, Doge isn't running on Ethereum, by the way. It isn't. There are, of course, though, a lot of big tokens. Pepe, for example, is a big token on Ethereum. But never, ever have we seen like the token built on that chain be bigger than the actual chain token. So might we see the flippening here? Might we see the line flippening for CRO? That would be so interesting. 2.15. As it grows, though, I am bullish about Lion because of the utility on the roadmap. But as it grows, while Cronos is not growing, and Cronos you can see here on the chart, it has been growing recently, but not at the same pace as the Lion token. Not at the same pace as the Lion token. So we've got to wait and see. But so far also for Cronos, this is looking quite interesting as well. It's a bit like a bull flag. We're creating a bit like a bull flag here for CRO. So a lot of good things might be coming our way. Might be coming our way soon. But it all depends, I think, on the king here, Bitcoin. Music is still a bit loud. Okay, let me fix that. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Burhan, welcome. I think that should be better here. Bit of synthwave is fine, but let's start. Yeah, one CRO, one Lion. I mean, very close. Very soon. Anyways, John 316, Crow Nation Strong, welcome. Nobody, greetings from Austria. I see somebody got a haircut. Mr. Ultra Justin, yeah. Strap in for fresh hair days as well. XGen, welcome. I see Fitting Crypto and I am Duff. I see Eve 2021. Let's talk about Ethereum as well quickly, because Ethereum has had a hard weekend so far. Has had a very hard weekend so far. So let's open up the Ethereum chart here, shall we? Because Ethereum, the hardest part was when it broke down below $2,000. $2,000, that was even less, I think, than 3 years ago. So Ethereum had some major upgrades back in 2023 as well, with the merge, for example. But it's just not having it. It is just not having it right now. Let me check if we can, yeah, more like this here. So we can see the breakdown happening in real time here for Ethereum, and it keeps dumping. The only good thing for Ethereum is that it might have found a local bottom here. It might have found a local bottom for Ethereum, because as you can see, it has it might perform a bit of a double bottom here for Ethereum. But yeah, it needs to hold there. It needs to hold. And that's of course also, guys, why we are checking in here on Sunday with the weekly close. So what we do every week, every Sunday, the weekly candles are closing. The weekly candles, and those typically are very important as well for bigger structures in charts. And for example, what's a big one? What's a big one for CRO is the 10-cent level. The 10-cent level. Let me check if I can show it to you guys, but yeah, pretty much like this here. So it's a beautiful structure. It's a really beautiful structure. But we'll be closing above 10 cents, it seems so far. And also in the daily charts, we've been always closing above 10 cents. So honestly, CRO is doing pretty good. It is doing pretty good. And I've been talking about this just a few minutes earlier, but you can already see something shaking out here like a flag, a bit of a flag. So the interesting question, of course, is, will this break out? Will this break out? And if so, the targets are actually quite bullish. The targets are quite bullish. This is a bullish structure. This is a bullish structure. So let's say we break out here. There's a possibility we are going towards that 20-cent level. But first, 15 cents. 15 cents is a quite hard nut to crack. We talked about this also in my breakout video. But yeah, the 15 cent range corresponds with, let me check. Yeah, the 50-cent range corresponds exactly here with this borderline between the blue and between the red, between the blue and between the green. So let's see. Do you see CRO hitting $10 before the 5-year mark? Oh man, I hate looking 5 years forward, sharpshooter. I hate looking 5 years forward. I can ask though my friendly 8-ball, of course, like always. Dear Mr. 8-ball, dear Mr. 8-ball, are we going to $10 within the 5-year time frame? Let's see, let's see. Absolutely. Now, well, there you got your answer, sharpshooter. Again, I don't give any financial advice here. I think looking 5 years in the future is really hard. Because especially also, I don't know if you've heard the news. I don't know if you've heard the news. What is it? Mr. Sharpshooter. But the CRO token is going to, well, do something. And it is not the most bullish thing. It is not the most bullish thing. Let me show it to you quickly here on the screen. The new Golden Age proposal. So what we have here is a Golden Age for Cronos proposal. And that one has been accepted by now. And with that proposal, there are a lot of bullish things in there, like, for example, more development funds, more ETF seeding, more incentives, more rewards, AI, a lot of cool things investing into the US. But to get there, they also will be creating 70 billion CRO. 70 billion CRO will be created on top of the already existing 27 billion right now. And those will be unlocked in about that 5-year time frame. So in 5 years, there will be a lot more CRO in circulation. So going to $10 with the additional supply, it is possible, but I don't think in 2030. Not in 2030. You know, okay, you know. Then it makes sense. I think if you take a look at 2030, like the most bullish outcome, I think will be copying XRP. I think that will be the most bullish outcome. And XRP is trailing currently. So this is the XRP chart. XRP is also slowly going towards 100 billion market cap. And if CRO can go to about $2, I will be very happy. I will be very happy. But I honestly believe there is more room to grow for XRP as well. Maybe this cycle, I do see XRP going to $5. That's not even an outrageous prediction, right? Not an outrageous prediction. It has climbed a lot already, but this token is, yeah, it's getting old. It's getting old. It's really a staple in the crypto market. So if this one can go to $5, if this one can go to $5, with currently about 60 billion supply circulating, I do believe that, well, CRO, it has got this meme called the $2.71. Even with the increasing supply, I can see CRO going to $2.71 near the peak of this bull cycle. That is the most bullish outcome. That is the most bullish outcome, but it's not impossible. Certainly looking here at the XRP chart. CRO fan, welcome back. Question: what's your thoughts on Chris saying during the AMA, making it seem CDC has nothing to do with CRO? Okay, so yeah, going back to them being two entities. But if that's true, why did CDC remint the 70 billion CRO coins? Okay, let's go back to this quickly, because this is a common question that many people get wrong, unfortunately. Let me check though quickly. Are we live? I think we're live. Are we live? Let me quickly check. Something that went wrong here. We are live. Sorry. Guys, I've got 66 people in the chat here. Don't forget to press the like button on the new stream. We are live. Okay. Wait a minute, Sharpshooter. Are you from the have you been playing Age of Empires? I see 111, 11. 11 is Lords in Age of Empires. Anyways, we're talking about this here. So Profan was asking, what about the two separate entities that Chris was talking about in the AMA? So we got to understand that back in 2018, when CRO was created, it was the crypto.com coin. It was the crypto.com coin. However, in 2021, they did something, or maybe even 2022, they did something. They renamed the token to Cronos. They renamed the token to Cronos and also gave the keys, they gave the keys to power to Cronos Labs, a separate entity that also controls the Cronos chain. They are kind of governing the Cronos decentralized chain. Crypto.com is only really a stakeholder into Cronos Labs like you and me. So we can, for example, be delegating or CRO on the chain to get some yield. That's what we can do. So basically, Crypto.com is just one of the people staking their CRO on the Crypto.org exchange. Even though, of course, they got a big say. They have a very big say there because they hold the most amount of CRO, thanks to also their customer base. That's really, guys, why Crypto.com has the power to say, yes, we want this 70 billion mint. It is not because Crypto.com is getting the 70 billion tokens. That's also a bad take here. Crypto.com is not getting 70 billion tokens. It is not. Cronos Labs is getting 70 billion tokens, and they're putting it in the strategic reserve. Cronos Labs, though, can say, well, if we loan this or give this to Crypto.com, in that case, we can actually maybe grow our ecosystem, or we can grow this ETF seeding. That is a possibility, but it is not Crypto.com getting 70 billion tokens. It is the Cronos strategic reserve. And it's maybe a bad example as well, but everyone is assuming that the 70 billion tokens are getting spent, are getting sold, are getting into the market. But we don't necessarily know. We honestly don't necessarily know what's going to happen with those tokens. Because if you take a look at, for example, the gold reserves in the US, in the EU, I think also in China, they're not selling their gold reserves. They're not selling their gold reserves. They're only stacking more. So maybe they're only stacking more CRO. Who knows? If they're buying more from the market, I'm all for it. Hope that makes sense though. Momentum is looking good for CRO. It is, it is. Let me check though if we can find it. Yeah, so what I want to talk about though in this episode as well of the weekly close is kind of how Bitcoin is closing the week, because in my first video last week, I thought, well, like this could have been a fake out, but the facts were saying, well, this is a breakdown to the downside. There's a possibility we break even lower. We had a nice bounce though at about 81k, but there's a possibility that we go even deeper into, for example, let's say 77k. 77k is our previous low here. We might retest that once more. That's a real outcome. However, if CRO keeps holding on here to that 10-cent level, so far every time, guys, we went above 10 cents. If you can keep holding that one, it might look very good for CRO. It's really having a good momentum also versus Bitcoin, as you can see. So Bitcoin is going down, but Cronos is going up. Therefore, Bitcoin is also going up. And I really like what's happening here as well. You can see this is just an upwards trending line as well. So far, so good. I have to say though, I do have to say, of course, if you zoom out more, we are really at like all-time lows still for Bitcoin. So if you bought Bitcoin, you probably have been better off than buying CRO so far. But like with all good things, things to come to an end, right? All things come to an end. And I think also the supremacy for Bitcoin is also coming to an end. And let's talk about that. Let's talk about that, because I've been talking a lot also in the latest Crowcast. I don't know if you've seen the Crowcast, but have you seen the Crowcast? Let me know, guys, in the chat or in the comments. Did you like the Crowcast? It's a bit more of a free format the last time. Did you like the format? Let me know. It's on the Oscar Ramos channel. But what I find interesting is that if you take a look at where we were 4 years ago, people still assume the 4-year cycle. And I think somebody asked, do I still believe the 4-year cycle? I'm still a decent believer in a 4-year cycle, but it is diminishing. It is diminishing. So the returns will be less and less. And I also talked about this many times. So for example, you can already see it here. So these purple areas are altcoin season. Purple areas are altcoin season. Cynical anxiety has never been so bullish on Cronos. I honestly see a lot more bullish thoughts as well. So not the only one. Sentiment is really shifting. But anyways, so purple here is the altcoin season. Altcoin season. 4 years ago, when did the altcoin season start? That was in December 2020. December 2020. Let me zoom in a bit more. December 2020. This really kicked off. Therefore, also, I was thinking after the Trump election and the November pump, I thought, well, this could have been it. This could have been it based on the previous cycle. Previous cycle, December 2020. So that could have been December 2024. Could have been a very bullish month. Unfortunately, it didn't play out. It did not play out like that. Then we have to go to the cycle before that one, 2017. That cycle actually started a lot later really with altcoin season. It started, as you can see here, in March of 2017. 8 years ago, roughly 8 years ago. So if anyone is saying, well, we'll never see an altcoin season anymore, just based, well, on the time. So where are we currently? We're very close to ending the month. We're very close to ending March. I think it is very much possible that we will start the collapse within the next few weeks. Within the next few weeks. Bitcoin dominance currently has been climbing to a new high. This will be the highest weekly close we've ever seen so far. At least, well, not ever, but since 2021. The highest weekly close since 2021. So this is honestly very interesting. And it can't keep climbing like this. It can't keep climbing like this, in my opinion, at least. Some say, well, we have to climb a bit more. We have to climb to 66%. 66. But I don't think so. I personally don't think we'll go to 66%. How high do you think Lions will go? Joshua is asking. I've been talking a bit about this as well in previous channels or previous streams. I am quite a Lion bull. I've still got my allocation here. Got quite an airdrop, and also I think I'm actually a Lion millionaire. So I hope it will climb a lot more. But let's take a look at the facts. Let's take a look at the facts. We talked about it in the beginning. Currently, it has already climbed to about 2.1 billion market cap. Cronos is very close also to 2.6 billion market cap. Let's say Cronos actually goes to... Let's say Cronos goes to $1. Let's say Cronos... Ooh. Let's say Cronos conservatively goes to $1. From this point onwards, that's a 10x. That's a 10x. And what you have to understand is that the Cronos token is paired with the Lion token liquidity-wise. It is paired with the Cronos token liquidity-wise mainly. So what will happen if Cronos goes up in price, in US dollar price, then also the Lion token will go up in dollar price because it's paired with Cronos. So let's say Cronos going up 10x, then also the Lion token will go up, give or take 10x. That's the expectation. That's the expectation here. So in that case, guys, if Cronos goes to $1 again, we're talking about a $20 billion market cap for Lion. A $20 billion market cap for Lion. So that will be 20 cents. 20 cents. Coin Baron just found about a new coin called Mystery Mary token. Is it a good coin to invest in right now? I don't give any financial advice, but it's a meme token. It's a meme token. I'm not really a fan of meme tokens, but some people are. I don't have any myself. But it's I would say it's somewhat of a Cronos blue chip. Cronos chain blue chip. Phoenix, welcome. What do you think about this? Well, again, we just talked about it. Potentially going to 20 cents this cycle. Phoenix Fire is big on the Lion token, and he also lost a lot of money on Mary. I've been a day one holder of the Mary token. I got an airdrop for free, so I was lucky back then. I sold for quite some profit for a free airdrop, so I will always be thankful of David and the Mary token, but yeah, it's not really like a big thing I'm invested in. But Pitiana's, I think, asking the right questions. When will we get altcoin season? When will we get altcoin season? I think within a few weeks. I honestly think within a few weeks. Some people would say that, well, the real altcoin season already started here, but I wouldn't say so. In 2017, altcoin season started when the big collapse began. And also here, when the big collapse began. I think it has to start within April, May. That's kind of what I'm thinking of right now. And also, let's say... Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. Let's say that Bitcoin is a bit range bound, but we got breaking out altcoins like CRO, and we got breaking out altcoins like Solana, maybe Ethereum as a bit of a comeback. And Bitcoin is still ranging at about 100k. That is fine. If Bitcoin is just staying neutral and altcoins are start pumping, then Bitcoin dominance can start to collapse like crazy, and we start to have an actual alt season. Very much possible. It's very much possible. But the only thing, I think it's a good question about PTN. Is there a possibility we won't have an altcoin season? There is a possibility there. Of course, there is a possibility. The reason for that is also that right now there's so much liquidity into Bitcoin. Guys, we're talking about almost a $2 trillion token here, Bitcoin, of course. So Bitcoin has become huge. So it is becoming more and more hard for altcoins to keep up with Bitcoin. It's becoming more and more hard for altcoins to keep up with Bitcoin. For example, Ethereum would have to have a crazy pump. People would have to put in millions and millions and millions of dollars into Ethereum to keep up. And so far, people have not been really buying the Ethereum ETF. And Bitcoin has the institutional inflows. Ethereum doesn't have that. And the question is, and I have a pretty decent bullish outlook for this, but I think there might be some institutional interest into CRO. There might be some institutional interest in CRO, not because it's the best chain, not because it's the best token, but because it's in those index funds of Trump Media. And I talked about this also in the Crowcast, so check it out if you haven't done so on Oscar Ramos' channel. But if you take a look at the typical Americans, if they are investing, they do so passively. They do passive investing. They are not buying, or well, the majority is not buying this stock and that stock, not individual stocks. Some people are buying, of course, Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, but the majority is also buying those index funds of the SPX, so the S&P 500. In the S&P 500, there are many known companies, but also a lot of unknown companies. Very many unknown companies, but they are huge. And those companies also, those other companies, are a bit more risky sometimes. Smaller companies, but they have more agility to grow even harder than the big monoliths, like, for example, Coca-Cola, and for example, McDonald's. Those are big companies, of course, and they have a harder time to grow exponentially as those smaller companies. And maybe there are some people interested in also, you know, some more risky, a bit more risky crypto investments from an institutional point of view. So they say, okay, I want Bitcoin, but you can also spice it up a bit. You can put some spice in that ETF, in that index funds for crypto. So put some CRO in. And that's exactly what Chris Marszalek is going to do. And I'm going to talk about this tomorrow, guys. I'm going to do a deep dive into the whole AMA. I've been really thinking about this a lot. I thought about doing this like the day after, but I needed to think so much about the AMA because there are many hidden messages. There are many hidden messages really in the words that Chris was talking about. I don't know if you've seen this, but Chris was talking from a piece of paper. He was like, yeah, we got this question, and then, yeah, I have to answer this. He was looking all the time. Because he doesn't want to spoil too many things. I really do think he has some more surprises up his sleeve. I mean, the Trump Media surprise, that was a big one, wasn't it? That was a big one. John, I'm a Crow Maxi. Well, guys, I just published a new video about my portfolio. So if you're curious about my portfolio, you can check it on my channel. It's called Portfolio Revealed for 2025, so check it out. And you can also find out if I'm really a Crow Maxi or just, you know, a fake one. So Mary is a meme coin. That's lame. It's definitely never going to moon then. Well, let's see in the end of the cycle. I'm daft. Let's see the end of the cycle, because we have seen so many meme tokens pump like crazy. Phoenix Fire, I'm lying. Do you have also the Load of Line NFT Phoenix? If you think about Crono going to $1, do you think it will be happening in months or years? Yeah, timeline is the hardest part, right? It's the hardest part. I'm really thinking about months though. As I talked about this earlier, I think the 4-year cycle is still in play. I think it's still in play. It's too early to call that it's not relevant anymore. Chris did it, but I think it's still relevant. So if the 4-year cycle holds true, then near Christmas, so Q3, Q4, that's the time that CRO will pump. That's the time that Bitcoin will pump. That's the time that Ethereum will pump. But it doesn't mean that the pump will start. Potentially, right, the pump already will start a bit earlier. I think it's better to compare it to the 2017 cycle. So let's go to that 2017 cycle, right? Because let's kind of see maybe how this will play out. 2017 was a beautiful cycle, honestly. I don't know if you have been around back then, but it was, I think, one of the most fun crypto cycles I have experienced myself. I was one of those people that, you know, heard about crypto in I heard about crypto like in 2013. I was like, Bitcoin. Back then we had the barbecue token, BBQ coin. No, those meme coins are long that, but Bitcoin, it had staying power, and I didn't believe it back in 2013. I didn't believe it. I really didn't believe it. But honestly, take a look at this. Take a look at this. If you maybe you know, do something very similar to what we have seen with Bitcoin here, then we are potentially maybe in this phase here. Maybe in this phase. Let me draw it out. So we went up to about 100k, but then we also retraced for quite a bit. You can see a bit of a bull flag here, right? It's a bit of a crooked one, but it's a bull flag. And here it tried to go up again, and we got the same. So maybe we're actually more like here. But then from that point onward, we can still grow, because after that it kept up going 100%, 200%, 300%, 400%. However, unfortunately, guys, due to the diminishing returns, I don't think we will complete that same gains. But it doesn't mean there's not more opportunity for CRO, for Bitcoin, for Ripple, for Ethereum. So let's actually, for fun and giggles, you know, copy over this pattern here. Let's copy over this pattern to maybe see how it could potentially play out. To see how it potentially could play out. And this is, of course, dubious speculation at best, I would say. But no, it's fun. It's fun nevertheless. So I go back to 2025. Go back to 2025. Let me quickly zoom in again. And I need to I think this is very unlikely, but if we drag it out a bit more, a bit like this. Oh, not a perfect example, but I think like this. This is perfect. This is actually absolutely perfect here. Let me remove some other charts here. I think something like this could potentially play out. So this is kind of a copy of the 2017 bull run, but then also I would say change to this current market condition. And in that way, we can actually start a pump quite soon. Honestly, it looks quite like this. We might start to escape from this current pattern already quite soon. And then we do have some struggles along the way. But we then also will continue to have some kind of parabolic rise near the end of the cycle. This would suggest a top near September 2025. But again, this is just a quick chart I drew up, so don't believe all the charts. But honestly, something like this could play out. Is Mary going down? I have no clue. Same thing though, guys. Same thing. Mary is paired up with CRO, so if Crow is going up, Mary is going up as well. The liquidity is paired, and they're adding it to the Crow awards. I mean, doesn't take much to see. Ah, okay. So yeah, that's true. I don't know if anyone has seen this yet, but for the Lion token, if you right now have Lion token and want to stake it for additional rewards, you can do so on the crypto.com app. And if you both stake in the earn section, if you both stake the Lion token and the same amount of CRO tokens and dollar value, you get an additional 100% APR. 100%. So that's quite crazy. You can check it on that, I think, that Twitter profile at crypto.com. And if you live in the EU, I think also they got a banner right now in the app. That's also a good point. So what XGen is saying is that we might see the alt season happening soon because of QE. GS, welcome. QE is also a great argument why we might see this altcoin season pop up. Doesn't mean though, guys, doesn't mean that we might have some struggles. I think the bull market is still on, but we might have some struggles. This though, what we've seen so far is typical. It's a typical bull market structure. We go down about 30%, 35% even. So it might play out perfectly like this here. You know, the ETH market cap is slowly flowing into CRO. That might also be the case. You know, people wanting a bit more risk, but they also see that Ethereum is not doing what they expected to do. I mean, it's getting more and more competition, right? Is it? It's getting more and more competition, for example, from Solana, from AVAX, from Polygon, and also from Cronos. Let me quickly check though, John. Maybe you're onto something. I'm quite a ETH bull, so yeah, interesting, very interesting. If you take a look here at the ETH Crow pair, it is getting ready for a breakdown. It seems it's getting ready for a breakdown. It's getting to the range lows of this bear cycle so far. Interesting. I think John is cooking here. Oh, bad joke. Shout out to the Crypto Joe Cronies. Cronies? Is that like a meme token? How do you see Crow hitting ever prices like $5 to $100? Ooh, ever, you know, 100 years looking forward. Maybe, but let's talk about the $5 target. I think previously Crypto Kip talked about a $5 target. He backed off about that target because of the 70 billion mint. I think $5 is a bit too bullish. It's a bit too bullish. Having said that though, the ambitions are sky high for CRO. And also for the Cronos chain. Let's quickly go to that CoinMarketCap, right? We talked about this a bit on Thursday. Ambitions are sky high. So we might have to think about this here to answer that question of yours, Crow Farm. So the ambition of Chris and also of Crypto.com and also of the new lead of Cronos chain, Mirko, is top 5. Top 5 and at least top 20 here. I want to be in the top 20, but top 5 is the goal. They know Bitcoin is unachievable. They know Ethereum it's aiming too high. They know Ripple it's too big, you know, it's huge. It's absolutely huge. However, if you take a look, BNB, why shouldn't Cronos be as big as BNB? Just, you know, asking it to you guys, why shouldn't it? What makes BNB so much better than CRO? The only thing that makes BNB better than CRO is currently they have a great burn program for BNB. But Cronos is also getting a burn program very much like BNB. Very much like BNB. Of course, before we are burning, we're minting more, so it's a bit of a strange thing here. But we are going to burn tokens. We're going to burn tokens according to the Cronos roadmap. But other than that, honestly, Binance is a bigger platform, but Cronos and Crypto.com is also growing. They are growing very fast. Currently, guys, Crypto.com has 140 million customers, according to their own data. But I think it's possible if you're very ambitious, if you're doing the right things, if you're playing into the right narratives, for example, AI, it's possible. Having said that though, we also need to pass giants like Solana, Cardano. I don't know why Tron is here. Tron and Toncoin, they shouldn't be in the top 10 if you ask me. Chainlink is great. Great Oracle. XLM. I don't know any XLM bulls here. Any Stellar bulls in the chat. I don't hold any. Avalanche is really one of the rising stars this cycle. Same for Sui. But also for Sui, it's a lot of promise, but also a lot of empty promises. So if Cronos can fulfill the promises they're trying to talk about, you know, it might get there. It's very close to Flip OKB token, by the way. Interesting. Very close to the Flip OKB token here. Cryptoholic likes Zeta. Hey JP, by the way, welcome, strap in. Crow with Knife Gang. Johnny Sevenfold, I would love to have the icy white CDC card, man. I love it, Johnny. I love it. It's back there. It's my daily driver. It's my daily driver. Honestly, I use it everywhere. I use it everywhere. The only thing I couldn't use it in Cuba. Apparently Cuba is you know, not very happy with crypto card purchases. So any tip, guys, if you ever want to go to Cuba, don't bring your crypto.com card. It is absolutely useless. Bring cash. Bring loads and loads and loads of cash. People there love cash, especially euros and especially dollars. Also Canadian dollars, they do fine there. I'm the real deal. You guys are the real deal. The Crow Fam, man. Honestly, the Crow Fam is one of the biggest things that, you know, if you take a look, again, let's go back to this, right? What's the BNB community like? What's the BNB community like? I don't know. I'm not really into the BNB bubble, right? But where's the BNB community at? I've seen the XRP army, but can anyone tell me who's the biggest BNB YouTuber? Anyone, you know, talking about BNB every day like I am with Crow? Oh, Fitting Crypto is a real Cronos maxi. Only has 2 tokens outside of the Cronos chain. I hope it's Bitcoin and Ethereum and maybe a stable coin. Crow is said to be made in the US when looking it up on the exchange. Which exchange? Is that the case? I've not seen that one, JP. Might need to check there. So the cronies are an NFTs collection on Ambitious Bay. Cynical Anxiety, it will take longer to break the 20 cents resistance than it will take to go from that resistance to $1. 100%. Honestly, 100% there, you're correct. You can see it already. Again, if you take a look at what happened here back in 2021, you can't even see it, but it went like crazy. After breaking out of this, it went like this. Straight from 20 cents into $1. Straight. Parabolic rise. I do want to warn you guys, though. I do want to warn you. This is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. And I'm quite sure this is going to happen once more. But watch out. Watch out. This is happening in like 20 days, 30 days, maybe like a month. This whole move, this is the bull cycle. This is what we've been waiting for 4 years. And it's over within the blink of an eye. That is also, I think somebody was talking about it, Mr. Apple. Mr. Apple was talking about the 50% staking. It's great. Honestly, it's great. So if you want to be in CRO for the long term, you can actually get 15% APR if you're staking on the app. You can't get that anywhere else, at least that I know of. 15%. The only problem is it's locked for a year. It's locked for a year. So what I'm trying to do myself is something different. I'm not going to stake it, even though it's a good offer. I'm going to play the waves. I'm going to play the waves. That's also why we got this here, guys. This is why we got the rainbow chart. What we're trying to do here is we buy low and we sell high. Buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high. So I'm making sure I'm gonna sell, I don't know, not at $1. I think $1 is honestly a low target. I think we're going to go to a new all-time high. So probably in this range here somewhere, a bit higher, you know. But I'm going to sell here. And I don't know how low it will drop again. I think it will go one band higher. So I think the lows will be at about 20 cents. That's my guess here for next cycle. About 20 cents. But I'm going to buy again low and sell even higher. It's the hardest thing though. And what Mr. Apple is showing here, it's a sure thing. 50% is guaranteed. Buying low, selling high, it's a bit of a gamble. DCA, guys, DCA. You know, I don't know much about the Crow fam, but I'm going to buy lots of Crow right now. I think many people in the Crow fam are, you know, they got the trust again. They see the token pumping, they see everything going down except Cronos. It's honestly amazing how quickly Cronos pumped. Also kind of interesting, they just recently added the information for the new supply. Max supply, 100 billion Crow. Max supply here. Total supply, currently a bit less. And also we got the circulating supply here, about 26 billion. I think it's even closer to 27 currently, but they got all the right data in here. Should I stake back my Crow on the arena? Ooh. I don't know, V8 Freak. 6 months is long now. 6 months is long. Anyone doesn't know, the arena has a way to also earn yield, but it requires a 6 months lockup. I wouldn't do it myself. You know, in 2017, QE started a lot sooner, so everything popped off, whereas now, QT still hasn't stopped. It's still not stopping till inflation comes down. I think 2017 also was a lot different. I know people talk about this narrative action. I've seen Benjamin Cowan talk about this a lot, but it's not only this. Definitely in 2017, you know, QT and QE are very important for investment banks. They are important for professional investors, but the 2017 bull run, it wasn't fueled by, let me check. This wasn't fueled by investment banks. There were no ETFs. There were no. These were all nerds. These were all nerds buying in. We got the first crypto apps booming back then. We got the first exchanges. You have maybe heard about back then. Binance was starting back then. Got Kraken. Those were getting big. People starting to find out, but not investment banks. It was way too risky. So QE or QT didn't really matter. It was all driven by retail. It was all driven by retail. And retail doesn't care about QT or QE. They don't know what it is. If I honestly go to the streets right now and if I ask them what is quantitative easing or quantitative tightening, if I get an answer, if I get a correct answer, I would be very much surprised positively. I know Benjamin Cowan sees the correlation there, and there is a correlation, but I don't think it's a causation. You have to be very careful. You have to be very careful with it. I've read an article earlier that like there was a perfect correlation between the amount of peanut butter sold and the goals of Messi. Perfect correlation. The more Messi scored, the higher the amount of peanut butter sells. But there was no Messi marketing. There was nothing. It was just pure coincidence that those both two were correlated. But it's might be the case here as well. Even though at this point in time, it makes more and more sense because we do have the investment banks, we do have the governments, we do have everyone professional buying into crypto as well. Oh, Polari is saying very clever things here. I'm actually looking forward to the bear market. You know, like just a calm time, build, accumulate, no stress. Those were good times. Those were good times. That's the thing, right? That's the thing. If you are watching right now, it could pop off at every moment. It could right now just start moving up like tomorrow. Mr. Royal Fame. Dude, thank you so much. Thank you so much. First man for strapping in to the community and also for super chatting today. If you got any question, Royal Fame, let me know. Let me know. Also, don't forget to join our Discord. If you have any questions there, you can just chat with me. It's, I think, the easiest way. I'm a crow whale, Coin Baron. You're a crow whale. That might be the case here. Action is saying, well, maybe there might be some more manipulation with QE. That might be the case here. There's just in general a lot more cash, liquid cash available for those people. You know, Peanut and Messi, you know. Messi is a great footballer, though. The best one I've ever seen alive, at least. Well, guys, you're really active today. Let me check in on the chat quickly. You know, stack some Lion. We need some more vote power for the upcoming DAO. Well, you need a video about that topic, though. And also, the 5-year vault for Lion is a no-brainer. If you're bullish about the community, I mean, it makes sense. It's dangerous, though. So, let me say that to you. Mr. Conundrum, welcome, welcome, welcome. How good was Q1 for Cronos? Let's talk about that, guys, because we're going to close. 2 more days until we close Q1. So what about Crow? How did Crow actually do this quarter? Where did we start and where did we end? Where did we start and where did we end? Kind of the year-to-date ROI. The year-to-date ROI for CRO. And it's not very good. It's not a very good month. Not a very good quarter, at least. We started the year 2025 at about 16 cents. So Q1 was a red quarter. But not only for CRO, guys, also for Bitcoin. And let me compare. Maybe Q1 actually was more better for CRO than for Bitcoin. Potentially. I don't think so, but maybe. Let's see. Bitcoin started here at about... Yeah, it started here about 100k. Yeah. Bitcoin performed better in Q1. But still, guys, we've got a trend shift here. We've got a trend shift for Crow Bitcoin. So even though Crow Bitcoin might have performed better for Bitcoin in this Q1, I think Q2 might change. Fitting crypto, man, Crow fam. We've got to pat ourselves on the back. We hold on. We survived. Fortune will favor the brave. I have about 150k Crow. What's the best strategy to stake? I was getting 20% though for 12 months. There is a new deal, Junior, Mr. Silva. There's a new deal. You can do 15% stake. It's the best one I've heard so far. Oh, John saying some very interesting things. Guys, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Pump your own bags, guys. The more you guys like this video, the more you guys like my videos in general. So hit it on every freaking video. The more you pump your own bags. Because the more you hit the like button, the more the algorithm is actually going to push this video, this channel out to random people on the interwebs. And they're going to see me. And they're going to see me talk about Cronos. I'm like, what is this? What's this Cronos token? They might buy into it. You know, it's how the internet works. Dude, Royal Fame. Royal Fame, thank you so much, dude. $5 donation coming in. Thanks for keeping Crow content consistent and unbiased. I genuinely appreciate your insight. Thank you very much, dude. Royal Fame, honestly. Thanks to people like you, we can actually keep the channel going because, yeah, it's an expensive month for me with all the medical costs. So honestly, I do appreciate this. I do appreciate this a lot. Crow Nation strong. Kai is saying, well, could you please make a video regarding your exit strategy? Make sure though to say no financial advice. Good. Yeah, I'm thinking, Kai, if I don't know. Yeah, let's do that. I have a few different videos planned for next week. I want to talk about the AMA soon, and I want to talk about I actually already recorded it, so there will be a tutorial for the Crypto.com exchange coming up next week. Let's see though. I think it's a good topic, but yeah, depends on what's going to happen next week. I still need to make a time to buy video. I hope you guys like the time to buy video. Do those every month. I wish CDC had a merch store. It will make them a brand like Apple. Josh. Merch. There is a merch store. Crypto.com hats, Crypto.com t-shirts, Crypto.com backpack, Crypto.com water bottles. They have everything you need. There is a merch store. I don't know if it's available everywhere. Shipping is somewhat expensive. The products are somewhat expensive. However, if you get the Icy White card, it's in the middle in the back there, you get this for free. You get a whole package for free, including also a very expensive jacket. Waterproof. I think it was from Jack's Wolfskin. Really good jacket. I love it. I am Dav, man. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. CRO, CRO, CRO. Hey, Peter, welcome, welcome. Just checking in, I'm late. Man, Peter, how are you feeling with the daylight saving? Klok een uurtje vooruit. It is so confusing to me. It was still light at about 8 o'clock here, and I was like, shit, we got a stream. We got a stream today. Big Crypto is saying, wait a minute. I got the Icy White and didn't get anything. You do have to fill a form, Mr. Big Crypto. You do have to fill a form. You get a mail. Yeah, maybe it's longer gone. But you get a mail because they need to know your size. Are you medium? Are you large? Are you small? So if you haven't got anything yet, ask the customer support. Ask the customer support if they can send you a new form so you can actually get the whole merch pack. I actually did if you go on my channel and you look for Crypto.com private package or VIP package, they can see everything they got from merch. Everything. I want a Coin Baron t-shirt. The Coin Baroness in the house. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Quick shout out here to the Coin Baroness keeping me afloat here. I don't know a lot about crypto, but I was wondering if Loaded Lions isn't holding the price of zero lower or holding back. Good question. Both, of course, require marketing. Both require resources. In theory, there are different teams. In theory, in practice, it's a bit more the same, I would say. But yeah, I think there's room for both. I think there's room for both. And looking at the price really here of Lion, I mean, Lion is going to new all-time high after new all-time high, and also Cronos. It's looking great so far. Good month, good week. Oh, Burhan sold his balls at 12 grand loss. Big L. Aye. Very painful. Do you think by making total supply for Crow 100 billion like Lioncoin, they're connected somehow? No, it's just, I think, a coincidence. I think 100 billion is getting more and more likely for a lot of tokens. It's getting kind of like the standard, the gold standard. XRP has 100 billion. Many meme coins got 100 billion tokens. That's true. So Fitting Crypto is saying if you are already staked into the airdrop arena, you can unstake at any moment. It's only the first 4 months or the first 6 months that make it a bit harder. The Oracle saying I've been able to DCA into 100,000 CRO. My DCA is almost exactly 10 cents currently. You're finally in profit. Hey! I won't be DCAing more until my purchase can drop my DCA. So that will be under 10 cents. Until then, I'm DCAing into other projects. Makes sense, dude. Makes sense. Just check out which projects are somewhat undervalued. I would say though, I'm still buying at these levels. I will make this time to buy video for April, but yeah, it's green band is for buying. Exchange Motors is actually a car company, and we take payments with crypto when I sell cars. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. Do you think Chris cares about the Crow price at all? You think it might be going to $10, you know? He does constantly mention make Crow great again. That's his ambition, his vision. So I think he does. I think he does. Do you ever look at the weekly bull market support band for Crow Baron? I know. I see Benjamin Cowan talk about it a lot for Bitcoin. I haven't seen a tool yet that does it for Cronos, but I might have to look there. Dylan is right. Guys, we're talking a bit about BNB early in the stream. We're talking about why BNB deserves a top 5 position on the CoinMarketCap and why doesn't CRO deserve it. Well, Binance was first. Binance came into the market very early in 2017 and they got their own token as well. And they could also push their own blockchain. The BNB, the Binance Smart Chain, became big because, well, Binance pushed it. And also there were a lot of launch pads back then. What signs are you looking for that if you see, you know, Bitcoin is about to break out? Same question for Crow. Let's do a bit of TA, guys, to finish off this video today. What am I looking for? What am I looking for? Well, a few things, Mr. Josh. A few different things here. First, we got some TA, so technical analysis. That's one thing. What you can see here are different patterns, of course. So last week, I was talking about this pattern. So we had a downtrend here for CRO and also an uptrend. So what we saw is that there was some kind of decision to be made here. It was going to be a breakout to the upside or to the downside. This is also where I would remove any leverage because you don't know if it's going up or down. You don't know if it's going up or down, except if you take a look at different indicators. So in theory, it was going up or down. We don't know. This structure does say nothing. However, if you, for example, open the stochastics. Now let's start with the MACD. I think the MACD is a more clear example here. The MACD is a more clear example. Let's go to weekly. On the MACD, you could see it curl up already for quite a while. So here we got in the below. You see here this whole pattern, right? It's light, it's light red currently. That means there is a bit more strength for CRO. It's going to curl up into the green again. So there might be a reason why it's having some strength and why it might go higher. Not the only one. We also got the RSI. And also, I think Action talked about it. For example, the bull market support band. And we also got some, in general, some support structures. Let's quickly bring up the relative strength index as well. The relative strength index is also curling up here. It's doing not a golden cross, but it's showing some strength here again because the purple line is crossing the gold line. And then finally, we got all the stochastics. Stochastics are in the oversold territory. Oversold here, you see it's below the blue line. So in theory, even though it can drop more, in theory, it's already at a very weak level. So a break up was more likely, in my opinion, than a breakdown based on these indicators. That's also why it went up. If you compare it also with the news we had. So I think the news was, of course, more important here than the indicators, but you know, it did make sense in this case. The good thing about this current structure is that it's actually a lot more bullish. So this is a symmetrical triangle. However, because we are entering it from this lower structure here, we might potentially see one more leg up that brings us to 15 cents. That's kind of what I try to do, Josh. That's kind of what I try to do. QBA, do you believe in $1 CRO this cycle? Certainly, sir. Certainly. I believe. The likes. Are the likes going up, Kermit? Guys, I need more likes. Oh, XGen, you know. Yeah, if anyone doesn't know, we put our wedding money into Cronos. Yeah, with the hopes it was going up. So we have a wedding next year, in later in the year, in like near to the summer. So my thesis was, well, we got about a year times left. So why save now? And why shouldn't we just put it into CRO? The coin baroness is holding on to the money. And finally, we were green again. Last week, we went into the green again. So currently, we have a profitable wedding so far. Let's keep it up like that. Yeah, so the MACD is where it's at. Yeah, absolutely. I think RSI and MACD are very important indicators. And actually, I'm saying, well, we are at the weekly support band. It's resistance. So if we pass it, we might go to 13 cents. Interesting. Do you think that Binance will list CRO? I think it's very unlikely, Emma, at this point. I think if they would have done so already in 2020. It became very big in 2020, but they didn't list it. Coinbase listed it though, so maybe there's always a chance, but I'm not really friends. Guys, I need to wrap it up. It's 10 past 10. I need to spend some time as well with the coin baroness. So I want to finish off quickly by saying, well, this is looking very promising so far for the CRO charts. The weekly close is above 10 cents, which is the most important. Bitcoin, it's looking less strong. With one caveat though, it's maybe having a higher weekly close here. So it might be a higher low. And if so, that might be a decent chance really for Bitcoin to start with the uptrend rather sooner than later. But we'll have to wait and see. Anything else? Yeah, CRO Bitcoin also is going up and up and up. So it's looking good. It's looking good. There's a reason why the CRO fam is looking more and more bullish, right? I mean, I see sentiment. Sentiment was at a low, at a year-long low, I think 2 weeks back. Right now it's different. Right now it's absolutely freaking different. And that's a good sign. It's a good sign. Guys, tomorrow, new video. Tuesday, new video. Wednesday, new video. Thursday, new live stream. Friday, new video. So make sure you are strapped in. You hit the like button, and I see you Thursday again with a new live stream. Guys, thank you so much. Have a good one. Have a good one. Hit the like button. Thank you, Bjorn. Thank you. No, Ultra Justin, you're not going to get invited. Sorry. However, before we close, what about a CRO party? What just about a meetup? Let's do a meetup instead. Not a wedding, just a meetup. I like that. I would like that. Flying bee as well. Good night, good night, good night. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Have a great night. Have a great start of your next week.